like I was able to be ingrained in the society, ate the food, tasted of the palm wine. And
did you get messed up on the palm wine?
The palm wine had me feeling great.
That's good. As just saying, welcome to my channel. My name is AC Coquille, and I have a new video for you today. We have a new growing up African video, but this is going to be a follow-up to our past video. If you have not seen that one before, it's definitely linked below. It's linked up here. Definitely go check it out. We talked about Darius's experience about going to Ghana. He hadn't gone to Ghana yet, but it was his prior experience of going to Ghana, and now he actually went this past December, and we are going to see how he felt about it. So if you haven't seen that video yet, go watch it, then come back to this one. I took a group of 19 of my friends to Ghana this December. It was amazing, to say the least. And Darius was a part of it. I'm so excited. I'm so glad he got to go, because he's one of my closest friends, and I needed him to experience what I get to experience all the time. So he got to experience it, and I want to get his opinion of how it went. You actually stayed the longest, so how was that for you?
Oh my goodness. First, thank you again for inviting me and having me along on this such special ride. It was an amazing experience to be a part of such a great moment and gathering ensemble of folks from everywhere, folks from college that we knew, and it just made it that more special that we had our relationships with people. Having that time to go to Africa and making that time felt so genuine.
Yeah.
I guess I'll start with just prioritizing the trip, prioritizing that moment and that space for myself, setting aside that money, and which is a big part of it, honestly. And you know, also just setting aside the time and the mental space, the emotional space to be present, and be present as like a Black American coming to Africa. Me being one, hopefully the first of my family to return to Africa, felt special to me in that moment. And wow, to answer your question, saying that the longest just felt natural. It felt so genuine to me. I had to take advantage of as long of a time as I could to be exposed to the culture and the land and the life of Ghana as much as I could. And it just worked out because I got to spend more time with your family.
Yes. So for those that don't know, if you haven't also watched my vlog of the actual trip, go watch that. But we took 19 people to Ghana, and then we stayed there for 7 days?
About 7 days.
Yeah, it was about 7 days, and then after that, I spent 2 extra days there, and then Darius was there for
an extra 3 days.
Yeah, an extra 3 days, 3.5 days after that. So yeah, it was your own time to get to explore and do what you wanted to do.
And that I did. Absolutely. Well, thank you first of all to Uncle Martin for hosting me and allowing me to stay in your space, hooking me up with your crib.
Yes.
And just exposing me to more of Ghana, more of the village, more of Weja, more of the beauty that is Ghana, for what we did experience. I took that time to just kind of do the things that I guess wasn't able to with the rest of the time that we had, or the previous time that we had. So I I dragged Uncle Martin everywhere. We went to the Shy Hills Botanical Gardens, which was great. It was a time. And
Shy Hills, and then you went to Botanical Gardens.
Okay,
right?
So thank you for correcting me.
Yeah,
So we went to the Botanical Gardens, and it was in Shy Hills, or maybe it was more in the Volta region.
Yeah, it's kind of
somewhere up there. But in terms of
either, actually.
But in terms of like, I guess like Shy Hills in general, like we went to the like wildlife reserve, where we got to meet a bunch of animals. We were exposed to about 2 different tribes that had lived on the land that the reserve is currently on now, and we got to experience some of their like rite of passage practices. We had to experience their environment. I saw a baobab tree in person for the first time.
Nice.
And many at that.
Yeah.
Tasted the most amazing bottle of raw honey that I've ever had in my life. It was so sweet to the touch, or sweet to the taste and tongue. It was natural. It was flowing. It was so like liquidy. It was so watery that you could just drink it. Oh, it was so good.
Okay.
You know, I was happy that I had taken the time to take advantage of those extra days that I was there. It really meant a lot to me to do the things that I wanted to, and take up Uncle Martin's time and space. So again, thank you so much.
So would you say that you liked the trip, or were you in the middle about it? Did it exceed your expectations? Did it meet your expectations? Was it a little bit less than your expectations? How do you feel about it?
Well, I loved it. It was, I mean, if you can imagine just going to the continent, going to Africa for the first time. This is a continent that I've never experienced before. Most people in their lives don't get to experience a continent like this. So it definitely exceeded expectations in the fact that I was just able to like make that happen, able to see and experience a different set of peoples and culture and groups that I wouldn't have previously. So I loved it. I loved it. Like I was able to be ingrained in the society, ate the food, tasted of the palm wine. And
did you get messed up on the palm wine?
The palm wine had me feeling great.
That's good.
You know, it was an amazing time.
Aww.
I will say that like I would have I guess expected or wanted to be more ingrained or exposed to like the culture and had a moment to exchange of more like either language, culture, lifestyle, traditions, things like mentally, emotionally for me to take back and like apply to my life, which I do feel like I did,
but just a little bit
more. And like that's also okay, granted the time that we had and everything, but it like overall it was amazing, and I couldn't have asked for a better person to expose me to the life and expose me to the culture. So I really thank you again.
Of course. I'm so glad you had a great time, and that some of the people as well, or all of the people, I mean, toot my horn a little bit. On the trip also had a great time, so I'm really glad that it worked out that way. In our last interview, we talked about what you were exposed to about Africa before, and how when you were a child it was just like nature and just the trees and all the things that you would just see of like vegetation, basically. And then when you went to college, it was more so it was the center of life. But now, how do you see Africa?
Yeah, well,
like, you did just go to Ghana, but how do you feel like this trip changed your way of seeing Africa?
Absolutely. Not to have been like ignorant of the fact that like Africa or Ghana in general is a country, a part of this larger continent, a country with like cities and towns and societies. But having the opportunity to actually experience those like in real life, in person, that felt surreal. So Ghana and Accra just like felt like a place. It just felt like another city in another country, and which it is. And I was happy to have had that moment to accept, appreciate that. It felt good. It felt organic to just be there and flow there and like vibe with the frequencies in which people were, going about. And even like, so the marketplace was a very high frequency, and it was very high energy. It was fast paced, but also a fun time to really engage with the people, engage with like where they are. I had a woman come up to me a few times, and she just wanted a picture. Like something as simple as just like, hey, just take a picture of me and like take it with you wherever. And that just like it like got me thinking like, wow, like people just in different societies just have this notion of like, expose my society, expose my city to the world and things like that. It just felt good.
That's good. You traveled within a group for most of the time. So how was that versus traveling alone?
I definitely appreciated traveling with the group. Had I been alone, I don't think that I would have maybe enjoyed the time and like which I could have with other people. Especially the group that we came with. Like,
a lit group.
It was so lit. Our bus rides, like our trips to each place just felt so good. We had our talks, we had our discussions. We did that thing, and we made sure that everybody had a good time. Everybody's voice was heard. People kind of did what they wanted to, and it just felt good. We enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much. I would definitely have again gone with a group versus trying to go alone, especially for that long. I would. I don't know if I would have maybe been as comfortable traveling for about 12 days by myself. So.
What was something that you learned about yourself during this trip? Or if you did, you may not have. But I feel like when I travel, I try and find a lesson in everything. Even if it's a quick trip to like LA or something, I feel like I always learn something different about myself. Even if it's the smallest thing, like I need this when I travel or whatever. So did you learn anything about yourself during this trip?
I definitely learned that I am hard-headed. More than I care to accept.
Oh, okay.
I did not prepare in terms of having medications ready. I did not prioritize bringing or preparing my medication, making sure that I picked those up before. And it had.
Get your medication, people. Get your
those
malaria
medications.
pills, get your nausea pills, get the pills you need, because they definitely come in handy.
They come in handy, they help, and I had to learn the hard way. Hint, hint. And, you know, so next time I'll be ready. But yes, I definitely realized more of like how hard-headed or stubborn that I am.
So this might be the same thing, but what is something that you would tell somebody that is going on this next trip? Because if you don't know, I have a company now, Melanin MagEK Travels, where we take people to Ghana in December, and then we're gonna slowly open it up to different times in the year. But if you don't want to go this December, I also do itinerary planning or consultations as well, so check out my website, melaninmagek.com. But sorry, I had to plug myself a little bit right there.
Yes, you did.
But what would you give as advice to somebody that is planning to go to Ghana, that wants to go to Ghana, that is in the process of making that decision? Like, hey, should I do it? Should I not?
First, let me just congratulate you, positively affirm you for prioritizing naming that service, because we were talking about it before. Perfect name. Perfect name to transition into. Make the decision. Like, make that decision. If you're gonna go, then go. And set and get your ticket as early as you can. I would say that lock it in. Lock it in.
Before you even do anything, like, just get that ticket, because that is honestly the biggest part of the trip.
Yes.
Everything else can fall into place. Like, even with my company, we can set up payments, like get you on a payment plan where you're not even paying that much up until the trip. So just get your flight.
The ticket there matters.
The earlier you get it.
Yes. And I would also say maybe prioritize learning some of the language. Learning some of the language of the land and of the village. Making sure that that you can experience that exchange of culture. I think maybe that was something that I also did not prepare for. So maybe had I done that, I would have gotten a different experience. So I would recommend, like, taking the time to learn the language. Take the time to at least learn a few phrases. Thank you, hello, goodbye. I'm sure they'll take you a long way.
That's good. And I know a lot of people, when they hear going to Ghana in December, they think of Afrochella. Now, it's not Afrochella anymore.
Oh, yes.
It's Afrofuture.
Yes.
So, do you think that Afrofuture was worth it? Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it.
Okay.
I did enjoy the, like, festival environment, especially, like, in another country. It was great also because there were so many celebrities that were there, enjoying one Afrochella, but also enjoying, like, Black Star Line, Chance the Rapper, Hey Hey.
We saw him, actually.
Yes. So, yes, it was good to, like, have a festival or take up space, like, during the trip. That felt really good. So you had things to look forward to. Afrochella was fun. I loved, like, seeing and getting to know, like, newer artists that I hadn't known before, or getting to know artists that I only knew, like, a little bit of, like Ira Star.
Oh, she did well.
Yes, she did well. It was good to see Burna Boy again. Just other people, like, there was this artist that was from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Ashake was nice.
Ashake was nice.
And just like other, it was good to be exposed to other artists, and I really appreciated it. You know, I will also say that maybe I didn't appreciate the songs that were a theme for our trip until I left.
Oh wow.
And I had moments where like, dang, like I really miss this. I miss the song. Like I love this song now, or like
you were learning it as the trip was going.
I was still learning it as the trip went, and so when I came home, like I just cherish it so much. Like those they mean so much. I'm glad that we had a sort of theme. Yeah.
Now that you've been to Africa, you can say you have now.
Yes. Yes.
Where would you want to go next?
Oh, it's between Kenya and South Africa.
Ooh, okay.
I think South Africa is gonna be the next.
Yeah, that's right.
And talking to my family, yeah.
Me too. I want to go.
Yes.
We should go together.
We should go together.
Thank you so much. It was a short interview, but I wanted people to make sure that they heard your testimony of the trip, and we're gonna get a lot more people that went on this trip, their testimony as well. And so I can't let you go without playing a small game.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
I love this or that, so we're gonna play this or that.
Yeah.
We're gonna start it off with Thames or Ari Lennox.
Why are you playing me like this?
I know, but you can pick whoever you want. It does not matter.
Does it?
That doesn't mean you don't listen to both. You can listen to both. But if you had to pick one.
Well, I just have a history with Ari Lennox.
We're gonna see her April 12th.
I'm so excited. I'm glad that she got us a new date. Thank you so much for that.
She canceled the Oakland date. I was
we were definitely thoroughly upset. But yes, Ari Lennox, we just go way back. I really appreciated her first album.
The first album.
Yeah, okay. Because the other ones were like EPs.
Yeah, there was EPs in that, but Shea Butter Baby.
Yes, first album.
Or is it Shea Butter Baby or Shea Butter? But yeah, that first album is everything.
Yes,
to me.
everything. It just hit home so well. So Ari is great, but I will say that Thames is not to be slept on
at all,
especially after she and Rihanna and whoever else has curated the album for Wakanda Forever.
Oh yeah,
it's been amazing. I've been listening to it through and through. I cannot wait for more projects from Thames. Like, thank you so much. Her writing ability,
it's amazing.
Is impeccable.
Yeah,
impeccable.
It's amazing.
And you always know what songs are Thames. Like, they sound like it. You can hear her.
That's why when Lift Me Up came up, everybody was like, this ain't Thames.
Yep.
But yeah, she wrote it.
Exactly. Move out the way. Come on.
We love it. Okay, so Cape Coast or Accra? You've been to both places.
Okay, I really appreciated both places. Cape Coast gave me like nature and vibes and heights. The canopies were amazing. It was such a fun time.
Yeah.
And scary also.
Did you like it?
I did.
Some people were scared.
It was fun. It was fun. Like, there was moments where, our brother had to turn to the side and get through the bridges that were, I don't even know how high, but it was definitely a fun time, of course. Nice. And then the this Elmina Slave Castle was definitely an experience. Yeah, something needed. Like, absolutely. So, and I learned so much history from just that tour. Yeah. So I really appreciated that. Accra gave me a deeper sense of a modern Africa and a current. Like, I felt like this is what Africa has to offer, or at least this is what Ghana has to offer, in terms of like city life, nightlife. These are things that everyday people in our generation can kind of go to and like feel. So I would say Accra, just because it gave me a better sense of where I am in my life right now.
Yeah, I agree.
And still appreciated what Cape Coast gave me.
Exactly. Lastly, spicy or non-spicy?
Give me that spicy all day. If I'm not sweating, then
it's not hitting.
It's not hitting. It's not hitting at all.
Yeah, I need spice.
Yeah, I need
I
it
grew
in
up with
my
my mom dropping 2-3 peppers into the stew, soup, whatever.
Yep.
Had to deal.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
thank you. If my tongue is not burning, and if I'm not, then
take
what
it
is
back.
it? Yeah.
Take it back.
Absolutely.
I want it.
Yep.
Thank you so much for coming on my channel again. I love when you make it onto my channel. And thank you so much for coming on this Ghana trip. Like, everybody thinks that I was doing them a favor, but you guys really did me a favor. And I'm so glad that I got to show my culture with you guys. And just like, have a great time. Like, we had an amazing time.
We had a blast.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for opening your home, your family. Like, thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your culture and just experience everything. So
of course.
We really appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have more questions for the guys, put them down in the comments. If you have any questions for me and Melanin MagEK Travels, please put it down in the comments. There is a video coming out soon explaining the trip if you are interested in attending as well this December. So we hope to see you again. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
I am in